When it comes to movie remakes, you can expect some to be good or bad, but this is the thing I like to talk about. Hi, I am your host Jeffrey Sambursky, and I would like to tell you why the Lion King remake from 2019 is a good movie. Okay, so get this. I actually saw the Lion King remake in 2019 in theaters, okay? And what was my reaction to it? I actually liked it because one, I like The Lion King. It's probably like one of my favorite like 2D animated toy Disney movies. Like granted aside, it might actually be my actual top favorite two-dimensional Disney movie. And I mean, because come on, it's the freaking Lion King. You gotta like it. Like like the characters are, greatly designed in the cartoon designs, but when it came to the movie, I actually kind of like how they gave it a realistic look. Now, I'm pretty sure one of y'all on this internet stream platform of YouTube complained about the lions and the other animals being, soulless looking in the live action, and I disagree. The reason why they had to have the animals in this realistic fashion is, well, it wasn't just because of the realism look. It's because Disney has a different way of doing live action CGI effects. Like, it's if you remember that you do you if anyone remembers the movie Charlotte's Web had a movie that was cartoon first, and then it was had a real life style movie adaptation, and they this kind of also applies for the movie called Babe, which also involves a talking pig. And the reason why they had to do it in the realistic way is because it's their kind of way. It's how they want it to be. And what did I think of Charlotte's Web in the live action? It was not that bad. It was actually pretty decent. But this is just like the Charlotte's Web live action adaptation, the Lion King 2019 adaptation shares this one thing, and the reason why is they have to have the animals not look so cartoony in this live action one is because they don't want it to be mixed, confused with the cartoon. Now, there's ways of how these kinds of CGIs work. Like you could have the CGI be like, let's say, realistic, but have the animals also look super realistic to the point as if they're actually talking. There's the kind of CGI animation mixed real life where you can have let's say the animal or the character looks sort of realistic, but also have cartoonish looks. Like, for example, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, having Sonic have a realistic look, but not to the point where it's like super realistic like they were originally going to plan. Or they would just do CGI in just plain CGI. And that's how Disney decided to do the remake of their Lion King movie. They decided to do the Charlotte's Web slash Babe and Babe Pig in the City style, where they had the animals talking. When I looked through the animals' faces in the live action movie, like looking at their facial expressions, I obviously know how the animals would, react, like in expression wise. Because if you're using, like, let's say, a CGI that has a realistic factor, you have to know that there are some limitations to how you could animate the characters. Being like the facial expressions. And that's why Disney decided to take that way. So it was just to keep it simple, yet realistic almost. I mean, I also understand why they had to have the realistic look with CGIs because, one, training actual animals like actual lions just for this film, one, that would be extremely dangerous because, one, you know that lions, like actual lions, like even if they're like bred in captivity or raised in captivity, they're still wild animals and they're unpredictable. And two, how would they like? I mean, yeah, they this the CGI thing, like I mentioned. Um, do you remember Stuart Little 1 and 2 on the movies Stuart Little 1 and 2? Like this rule also had to apply for characters like that were in the Stuart Little 1 and 2 movies, being like Stuart, Snowbell, Monty, Margalo, the Falcon, and Smokey. Those are characters that were like Stuart Little was completely CGI but had the realistic look, right? You could tell he had facial expressions, which is something that most people like. And Snowbell, this also applies for characters like Monty or Smokey in Stuart Little 1. Like Snowbell, Monty, and Smokey, they used actual cats for training, like, trained cats for actors. And then they used some CGI effects for, like, the characters, like, for the cats talking. Because, one, you don't know what cats are really saying in real life in person because one, in real life, cats can't speak English. I mean, they could probably make a little bit English sounds if it's like trained or just funny coincidence or just unexpected. But the thing is, cats only do meows to express to people how they are feeling or not. Sorry, like, yeah. So the point is, like, not all Disney remakes are bad. Like, I think, yeah, this is probably like one of the only few Disney live action remakes I've seen. And I'm just gonna say this before I wrap up this video. The Disney live action remake of The Lion King is a good movie, okay? So stop criticizing it. I mean, I know it's tough for people to hate some movies because they were already released in the cartoon version, but come on, give some of these live action movies some slack. Especially for, like, let's say movies like, The Little Mermaid or The Lion King. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little video giving off my opinions about why The Lion King remake is good. And yeah, I'm going to make a video for my 2,000 subscriber special, so stay tuned for that. This is Jeffrey Sambursky signing out. And remember, if you want to support the channel, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So, yeah, thanks.